Hi fairies, welcome to a new video. Today I'm gonna explain what is so appealing to K-pop, and why people like it. Before we start I just want to put a disclaimer. In this video I will mostly compare K-pop to Western pop music. Just as you know I'm not doing this to say that Western pop music is bad or worse than K-pop. I will just compare them sometimes, and will also show the good and bad points of K-pop. Also for bonus I decided to give a grade to K-pop as a whole community. I will also make other videos like this soon, so I can show you my perspective of the community. Also I know I change my intros a lot, but I promise that this time I will keep it. And please follow me on Instagram and Twitter for more updates and content from me. I also made a new outro. Anyways, enough with the talking. Let's begin with the video. So the first point we are gonna talk about is dance. Dancing takes a big role in K-pop as it is one of the most important things when preparing for a comeback. From my perspective, and from what I have seen, dancing is not common in the Western community. I only know that Little Mix and Fifth Harmony dance. Also Ariana Grande dances a bit, but it's more like hand moving and moving her legs, not really dancing. Anyways, dancing is so important as I said, because it is a thing that is enjoyable in K-pop. Sometimes you have those iconic dances in certain songs that everybody loves. For example, Fancy by Twice, Gashina by Sunmi, and Ice Cream Cake by Red Velvet. Not gonna lie, if you don't know those dances then I don't trust you. Also those iconic dances can help them get more views and listeners on music apps and YouTube. Why, you may ask? Well, it is because when you have that iconic dance in your song people will listen to it more, just to dance to that one iconic part. Another good point of dancing is also the great promotion of it. In K-pop the groups perform on music shows like Music Bank, The Show, and ᴜᴜ. Those are really popular and are watched a lot, live and on YouTube. The third point of dancing is the fancam. Most pop stans know fancam as annoying posts on Twitter, but I will get to that in another video. Fancam can actually help and save the careers of K-pop groups. For example, Up and Down by EXID. Before this song became the blasting hit that it was failing on the charts by nearly getting in the top 100 a few weeks after a fancam of Hani, a member or former member of EXID, since we don't know if they actually disbanded. So, the fancam of Hani went viral. And because of her fancam EXID and their new song was saved, and they came back on the charts. NKW, this section is done, let's get into the next one. The second point of the video is the difference between concepts. In Western pop most celebrities have a certain style of songs and lyric, while with K-pop they change it all the time. In K-pop you have concepts like cute, girl crush, video game, Halloween, mysterious, magical, fancy, classy, lofi, elegant, teen crush, summer, winter, or Christmas, flower girl or boy, and many more. Most of those concepts are divided into concept. One side is girl crush, and the other side is cute. Although I don't agree with the dividing of concepts it does make it easier for K-pop to get more people interested, since they basically have every music style. The only thing that is different is the language barrier. You will have to get used to the Korean speaking in songs instead of English, but that only counts if you're new in K-pop. This whole thing with concepts also gives you a little adventure to encounter and explore new music styles. As far as I know, in Western pop you have the styles divided under different names, like rock, pop, Latin and hip hop aren't thrown under the same name. They have different names for each. Unlike K-pop, in K-pop all the styles are thrown under one name, which sometimes makes it confusing for people to actually understand what this style of music contains. As you see, concepts also play a big role in K-pop, as it brings more people to enjoy K-pop. Now we also finished this section, let's get to the next one. The third point of this video is the way you become an idol. K-pop is very different from Western music as I already said, but for the people who don't know how the system works I will explain. So before you get into your company you will need to do an audition. There are two ways you can attend them. You can be casted by a scout of the company, or you can sign up for auditions and attend the thing. If you pass you get into the company, and you will have to train for some amount of time. Most K-pop idols train more than 2 years to become a K-pop idol. Now you get what I mean. I can explain this part. So as I said, in K-pop you have companies, and sometimes those companies will have a show where the trainees will go against each other to make the final group. For example, on 16 Twice was formed, and on Produce 48 iZone was formed. In this way it's more understanding how to be a K-pop idol, and it's also easier to get recognized, because as far as I know in Western music you need to sign a contract with a record label, but you first need to get recognized by the record label. In K-pop things are more strict than in Western pop, but the strictness makes everything look cleaner. Now I will end this section, since I think this was enough information for this part. The last point of this video is the visuals in K-pop. As you have maybe seen, every K-pop idol is very pretty. This also attracts more people to be interested in the genre. Visuals are so important to K-pop as it brings popularity to the groups. Mainly in South Korea visuals are important, so if you're not pretty you will get hated on. K-pop idols have strict diets to follow to maintain their body form and weight. This can cause to an unhealthy body to even be seen as skin and bones. For example, Blackpink's Rose and Lisa are thin-shamed for having bodies like skin and bones, while other idols like Red Velvet's Yeri and Joy, and former Priston member Kayla were being fat-shamed in the past for being too fat compared to their other members. Twice's Jaehyun also has gotten fat-shamed in the past, by one sis and even a director on the show 16. She called her out for looking fat compared to the other contestants on the show. Red Velvet's Wendy also was called out for being thicker than her other members, mainly in Dum Dum era, and when Red Flavor era came around she was thin-shamed for being too thin. Also it's Isla got hated on for being the thickest member, and after a few comebacks people were complaining about how she looked like a skeleton. As you see, K-pop is strict. When it comes to your appearance, you will always have to look perfect, because one mistake can ruin your whole career. So back to the actual topic. In K-pop you also have a positional visual. The person in the group who is labeled as visual is the person who fits the Korean beauty standards the most, not the one who is the prettiest, because everybody has other opinions when it comes to beauty. Now I think I have explained enough for this last part of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you next time. Bye fairies. Get now,